Hey everyone, Brent Insider here. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Welcome to another Sound Exchange session. Yes, Wayne, New Jersey, Sound Exchange.
It's a lot of words.
I know, it's a lot of words to
I was
open
waiting
a
for you to
show
mess it
up.
up. That's what I'm sitting here thinking, like, is he going to get through that? And I don't know.
Oh, we had to pause to pick up some records.
That's wild.
Yeah, but it knew that we were starting the video. See, but you know what? Records and music matter more than this video.
They do.
They do, right?
Let me move
And
these 'cause these are gonna fall.
on that theme, what we're going to talk about today, which of course is music, but it's the album remix. Yay or nay? Do we like it? Do we not like it? What do you think of it? Or how about what was your initial impression when bands first started doing it?
I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like, don't like it, don't want to touch it. Why are you messing with it?
Yeah, and why are you charging me full price again? I think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I guess if it comes as part of a package, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not a giant fan. The Whitesnake thing changed my mind, but it didn't
Mm-hmm.
change my mind permanently to where I don't want remixes. Like that Pearl Jam
Yeah, when
2006
Brendan
album.
O'Brien redid it. I'm talking about 10, but what are you talking about?
The 10 was fine.
Okay.
But they remixed the Blue album, the Avocado album, and it's just not.
Really?
It just takes away
How
from
did I miss that?
the only way the vinyl
Oh, is it
reissue in
vinyl?
2017 was only. I don't know if it was a CD remix also, but you can get
Yeah.
the remix streaming. I wasn't a fan.
Now he's going to have me buying something, which probably tells you how I feel about these things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as good as the original record. Just
Now-
like the Whitesnakes aren't as good as the original records, but I really like that greatest hits remix.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll never be as great, but it's the difference in it and what they've done to it somehow makes it really good.
Maybe it's a difference in talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't listening to the Whitesnake remix until I read Coverdale.
Mm-hmm.
He said if you want the
The original.
original Ancient Relics, they're always there for you. And I
Right.
thought, wow. But at least Coverdale talked about it.
Right.
The guys in Pearl Jam, I feel like they
Oh.
snuck out a remix.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of people sneak out a remix.
I
Talk
ha-
about it. Why? Give me a reason.
I have noticed that on some of the things that I purchased recently that I didn't know they were going to be a remix. And then I get it, and I open it and I start reading about it and go, oh, wait, this is a remix? In my mind, I'm thinking, why didn't they promote it? It would have done better had they gone out and said, it's a new version.
Yeah.
The way I think about it is like, I also enjoy alternate versions, outtakes from studio sessions.
That I like.
Right? So if at that time they recorded it a different way, different guitar solo, a different vocal, whatever it might have been,
I'd like to have outtakes.
I want that, right? So I look at a remix the same way. It's a different version of the same thing that I've already got, and it's just a new way for me to hear it.
I agree.
And sort of what you brought up, which is with David Coverdale. He changed my mind when I heard him talk about it as it's like adding a fresh coat of paint to something.
Does he use those words?
He did those exact words. I think they were written in the very first Red, White, and Blue. You know, those
Okay, yeah,
packages
you're right.
he was putting
Yep.
out. And he said, you know, I'm just taking them and updating them with today's technology for today. Nothing's ever going to replace the originals, but he goes, you know, I wanted to have more punch like this. I wanted to hear a difference in this, and I let somebody else run with it. And he goes, it's made it exciting for him. He's doing it as much for himself as he's doing it for us. But yeah, to me,
Pearl Jam talked about 10.
mm-hmm.
What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
Pearl Jam talked about 10 on the remix. Why they wanted to remix it, and I was for it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear that idea and that take, so that...
Was that Pearl Jam or was that Brandon O'Brien who wanted
No,
to
Pearl
do it?
Jam wanted to do it.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's the REM Monster album. I forget who was
Never
that
listened to that
producer.
remix.
But that producer specifically was going to them saying, hey, I really want to do this. I never liked the original mix that we
I
had
love the
for the
original.
album. Yeah, I agree. The new one
Now I
sounds
gotta
very
listen
flat.
to the other one.
And I don't like it. And Pantera, who did a remix of their final
Reinventing the
album.
Steel.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to that remix
It's
either.
so flat. Oh my God, it's like all the punch is gone. And I've noticed that in a few of the newer remixes that have been coming out, and I'm wondering, is that the way younger
People
fans
hear.
and here? Like, is that
If it's a
because
young guy remixing, is that what he hears?
yeah. Is that, streaming? I think is very flat
It
sounding.
deadens your
Right.
senses.
And if you're used to only listening to music streaming, is that why some of the new remixes are coming out that way?
I love streaming in the car, and then I get home and I put on the album and I go, wow.
It's so different, right?
I put on a record the other day, and I really wish I could remember what it was, and I can't. And every song I'm thinking, is this is an original?
Right.
Is it remixed?
Is it remixed?
Have I been missing this the whole time? No.
Yeah.
It's just that most of the time when I happen to listen to that record, over the last 10 years, it was probably streaming. I probably streamed it in the car.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I put it on, you hear all the nuances, all this extra stuff, and you go, "Oh man, that's right. Now I remember."
Right? All the time.
So listening to an actual CD or the LP over the streaming might be a remix.
Yeah, it could be, right? I mean,
you can remix it yourself just by
the stereo system and the setup and the treble and the bass and the things like that.
Yeah.
But I regularly, during my commutes on Fridays, new albums come out on Fridays, I stream in the morning before I get home to have the real product. And so I stream it, and sometimes I listen to stuff and go, oh God, this is an awful mix. Like, what did they do? And I'm so bummed out. And then I get home, and I get the CD, and I pop the CD in, and it's so much better.
Takes you away.
Yeah.
My mind is off because I'm trying to think of this record.
Oh, it's gonna
haunt me forever
until you remember it.
Oh.
You'll wake up tonight at 2 a.m. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get a text from you. You just need the record,
man,
right?
Yeah, my mind was blown, and then a lot of people are coming back to that now too, about they're buying it again because kids are putting on a CD and going,
what? Yeah.
So hopefully ears come back.
I hope so too.
Remixes, but at least Steve. I mean, I'm not a Steven Wilson fan,
but he's the big guy out there doing it for so many
bands. He
bands.
does a good job.
What did you think of the Black Sabbath one though?
I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. The technical aspect.
Yes, didn't like it. I think he made it too bright.
Yes.
He unsabbathed it. Don't unsabbath my Sabbath.
That's totally true. I love it because it's brighter, but I totally understand why you don't like it.
It really sounds different.
It does. It's considerably.
Yeah.
A lot of these remixes are very different sounding.
Did you guys ever notice that I can't find a version of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath that doesn't sound muddy?
It's supposed to sound muddy. It's Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. That's just
how it is. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Listen to the first couple. Sabbath is muddy. That's why I like most of their remasters.
Especially, it's just so.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Maybe that one needs a remix.
No, don't put that in the end.
It's been remastered,
but not
remixed. We're talking about the difference.
Yeah,
Sabbath is one of the bands who, when they did remasters, didn't take away from the overall album.
Right. Yeah. Right.
They didn't touch it. They just remastered it.
Exactly. Using today's technology.
Man. And today's technology was just meant to boost the overall.
Right. And for those of you watching out there, that's something we should clarify, the difference between remastering and remixing, because a lot of people don't know the difference in it. But remastering, you don't change any of the levels. It's just today's technology. Like you said, it boosts everything. But a remix, they'll actually go in and change different levels. They may even change some of the parts.
I wonder about the Appetite for Destruction when they remastered it, because if you listen to it, it's a different listening experience.
It is, and
I don't think it's remixed.
Well,
I just think
re-record November Rain.
No, we're talking about Appetite.
Oh, sorry, right. Yeah.
So that is a different experience. The remasters on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 are awesome.
Those are awesome.
Minus that re-recording.
Yeah, exactly.
But Appetite, it's a different...
And that's Steven Wilson on November Rain. Yeah. I only just found that out because I did a whole show on Steven Wilson and his remixes. And so I had to look him up in advance. And the number of artists that he's touched and he's done that to, it's insane. I thought it was just the big ones, Jethro Tull, Gentle Giant, and Yes, and a lot of prog stuff. But he's had his hand, he remixed Aha. So he's like touching everything now.
Do they play with the volume when they remaster?
I mean, I think so, yeah. I mean, especially today, this
stuff
is boosted up.
It's boosted up a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard in the beginning that's all they did is they took whatever they had and just boosted up the volume when CDs first came out.
And that's probably one of the reasons that CDs themselves overall got such a bad rap initially against vinyl. Yeah. But I think they fixed all that years ago. To me, today, a CD and a vinyl can sound just as...
AAA.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
I love reading that.
It depends what you get. Like some of I think the Stones remasters from 2009 sound great.
I'm fine with the Stones remasters.
Yeah. But then there's other ones you get that you're just like,
The new
They changed it too much.
the new Van Halen remaster for the Sammy Hagar era sound like remixes. People
Yeah.
still get mad at me
Those
for
records are
saying that.
different.
Yeah,
Huh.
right.
Definitely different.
Definitely, but the David Lee Roth era remasters are amazing.
Great.
I'm so disappointed because I love the David Lee Roth era. Those things, night and day difference.
Except for that first MoFi, the first MoFi Van Halen.
That one didn't do as much for me.
No, I'm disappointed in it.
Oh, right, but I'm not
The
talking
original 2006
about
remasters.
Yes,
Great
from
job.
the original ones. Yeah, it was
Great
just
job.
that was a
Unless you had the original album and
Yeah.
you were dropping the album on, when they transferred those to CD, that was one of the things that suffered. They just had, it was a shitty sound quality on the original CDs.
yeah.
And then they finally remastered them for CD in 2006, or just in general, and they sounded awesome.
Yeah.
But if you still dropped on a needle on one of the original copies of those records,
It
was
sounded that way?
massive. It was
Oh.
that good.
Man,
That
wow.
good.
I'm so glad I'm finally able to
So
hear it.
Yeah, it was the CD that destroyed it. Except for the 2006 remaster.
Yes, and now with the Sammy Hagar era, they've destroyed it
Shit
again.
in bed.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it
People have a different mindset.
yeah. The bass is way up in it, and there's just elements that I don't know. They've moved to the background or something. I'm not hearing in it anymore. I do not get the same feeling from it at all.
Yeah.
And they call it just a remaster, but I swear those are remix. They change levels and stuff.
How do you guys feel about like the high definition files that you can buy? Like, the 96, like
Yeah, I still, I mean, I will stream, in my car going, or commuting, but I'm not buying any of that. I'm going to stick with the physical.
I have, but you're right. The physical is, I think, it's more convenient, right? Because I have a player,
Yeah.
it's got all my music on it.
Yeah,
And it sounds good,
yeah.
but I don't think it sounds as good as my CD player.
No, I don't. I haven't yet to hear anything streaming wise that is done better
No?
than physical.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Well, for remixes, I'll listen to it.
Right? Give it a shot.
I'll give everything a shot.
Yeah.
I guess.
What was the last one? I can't remember now. Oh, okay. So I have something else to throw on. Different thing. The Cure, didn't they do different remix or different mix on the vinyl than what was available on CD and
Different
stream?
mastering.
Mastering. Okay. So that was a thing too, and that kind of ticked me off because as a fan who does want these alternate versions and stuff, then I got to go out and buy
Two different vinyl copies, the
Yeah.
CD copy, the DVD,
Right, and you're telling me about the Pearl Jam self-titled from is it 2006, 2008?
the 2006 record.
6, yeah. So it's like, now if you're telling me that's a remix, I'm gonna go buy the vinyl on it.
It's a remix.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your opinion on it.
Yeah, I want to hear it to
I
compare.
don't like it because
Yeah.
I really love that record.
It's a
And
great
it just-
record.
It took the life out of it. It added
Why didn't that album
it
become
added fucking sparkles to something that already
had sparkles?
was glowing.
Oh. you didn't need the confetti and sparkles. You just needed the
Yeah.
glow to be enhanced. Right. That's a good point though. It's like a remaster is just increasing the glow, right? But a remix adds sparkles
You're
and
adding more
confetti.
stars.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like to look up at the sky and see stars?
right.
But
And your first comment when we started the video, where if it's in a package, it's like a 2 CD thing,
yeah, suck it up.
the new replacements Tim reissue that originally was Record Store Day, but original remaster and remix.
Well,
as
you
a
bought
2
the
set.
box.
Well, yes, it was in. I didn't buy the box.
Now you can buy just the CD.
Just the 2 CD version of
Yes.
that, and so I was glad that they did that.
Great remix.
Yeah. That one
Great
is-
different way to look at the album. It's not going to take away from the way I listen to that
Right,
record.
but I still can get both.
But now you have
Yeah.
Mellencamp remix. That was. See, we did a giant video on this years ago.
Okay.
2022 when that
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Scarecrow.
Yes. Oh.
No.
No. That's like it's almost acoustic.
I use the word. He made it too much of an Americana record instead of
Yeah.
a rock record.
Too. Yes.
Man, you took the life
Right out of it.
out of that record. You added a different life.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
It's
it
not
was-
flat or dead. It's just
Yeah. And that's kind of what he's become on his new stuff, so I understand that's his feelings today. And that one did not come with the original.
No.
Is it fully replaced it, or that's just a deluxe edition?
I think it's fully replaced. It's a second disc,
And-
which is great. The second disc has those couple B-sides and
Yeah.
outtakes that are awesome, but they, I believe, have also suffered the remix because I have some of those on 7-inch and 12-inch, and it's not the same blast.
That's even worse because those are unavailable in any other way unless you had that B-side original, you know, the 7-inch or whatever originally. So you can't just go get that.
Can't just go get that.
Yeah. So that's my biggest thing. You know, Ozzy did it too when he, you know,
he re-recorded.
He re-recorded the bass and drums, and then
Give
those
us the
versions existed, I think, for 10 years before they restored it.
Sounded massive and awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I ran out and bought those because it was something different. It was updated. I mean, and I have both of them in my collection.
The Crows are doing it.
Remixes?
I don't know. I'm going to go with the 99 pounds issue in the Southern Harmony box set. It's as if they took out everybody who was in the band at that time and replaced it with Rich. It's just, I don't know.
Well, they might have for legal reasons or something. They don't have to pay somebody.
Fucking reasons. That's, you know
what I mean?
Dick reasons.
Yeah. So my
Pay
biggest-
them. It's part of the.
Yeah.
It's part of the process of something we fell in love with. You can't take that away.
You can't change that. Exactly. Yeah, so I guess my biggest thing is I do love remixes. I like to have them. They're not always great as alternate versions of an album. But if it replaces in any way, shape, or form the original, you can no longer go and buy
I'm going
it.
to go with that. It should not replace it. It should exist out there as an alternate form.
Right. And for those people that don't like them, you don't have to buy them. For those of us that want that difference, to check that out, it's just something new. You know, a lot of these artists aren't dropping new albums as regularly as they did. So getting some archival material,
I'll take
a remix.
archival. See, now I'm going to break in the other topic.
Archival
I would
over.
rather have archival over a remix any day.
I understand that. I do. And
I
think
want the growth and the basis of what the song started as.
if they're not scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Well,
Because there's a lot of archival today.
there's artists that I will lick at the bottom of their barrel.
Yeah.
Cougar,
Yeah, no, I know.
Pearl Jam,
Jam,
Blondie,
yeah.
Replacements. I
Billy
will lick
Idol.
the bottom of their barrel. I will.
He doesn't have
Billy Idol's outtakes.
They were phenomenal. The most recent.
There's
Was it
also,
Rebel Yell?
what's missing on that? But either way,
Yeah.
Rebel Yell. Those outtakes are
Yeah, and
holy
the demos. That are,
shit.
yeah, that whole second disc is totally worth it right there. Right, and that's archival. That's not remix.
and they
it's a
gypped you on
remaster.
LP. You missed two of the
do they?
songs.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole other story.
Yeah,
the
whatever.
difference between what's on a CD not fitting on an LP, and they cut stuff down because it'd be too expensive, or not putting out as box
Master
sets.
it quieter,
Yeah.
and you can fit more.
There you go.
Not that you want to.
Right.
Give me 22 minutes, because you can fit another song. If it's 18 minutes or 17 and a half minutes, you can squeeze it on.
Yeah. Guys, write shorter songs so we can get a little extra on there. Be thinking about this stuff. And I think we got 2 more topics out of this that we'll roll into another episode down the road. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and certainly let us know your thoughts on whether you like album remixes,
What's up?
Yay or nay. Let us know and weigh in the comments. See you guys.
Help you guys find anything today?